Hi there, signs of Cancer. This is Kim, here to do your next 3-day messages. Hope you're doing good. Thank you for joining me. Let me know how you're feeling in the comments or where you're watching from. Something. Some interaction going on. Opening up to your spirit team, your spirit guides, your angels. Okay, so messages are for Cancer. Or the box. Box, but this one wants to come out too. The destroyer. Oh yeah, it's the okay. It's the destroyer of the box, because I saw the box coming out kind of like that. Okay. Yeah, the destroyer of the box, the poet and the forest. Whoa. Okay, you may be exploring things right now. You may be in a darker place, or just maybe you're somewhere in the wilderness trying to find yourself. Might be very literal here, but it is, usually these cards are metaphorical, and so there's this sense of being in a box or being placed in a box for so long that something came along. Maybe it's your own inspiration that you must get lost in order to find yourself, and the reason you're getting lost or lost feeling in this forest archetype is because you've been in the box for so long. There's a lot that is unexplored outside of it, but I see that as being purposeful, like doing things outside of the box, even if it means you have to find yourself again in the most lovely way. So getting lost to be found, to find the true you. I like it. I like this energy. The poet is somebody that has something to say. This keeps coming out in your readings. Someone that has something to say about the darkness they've experienced, and maybe the clairvoyance of being able to have accurate foresight about what's going on and what is going to happen. Like, there's something here about spreading that message, spreading that word. It's not spreading fear. It's releasing it. It's releasing it. It's kind of like Freud said of having the first step to changing anything in our lives with our personality, our psychology, is going to start with awareness. And so when I say the poet, whether this is a song or a blog or a book, it's something about creating awareness, and then the awareness is what fixes it. The awareness changes the consciousness around it, or taps you into more and more consciousness. So there's something here with you about that. Definitely, though, you could be finding yourself wanting to go into a forest or into a very natural setting. Yeah, see, because these colors here, everything that's outside of the box are the same colors of what you're actually immersing yourself in right now, right? This destroyer, this is from an animal instinct. This card is coming from its self-annihilation of, to me, the box, what the box represented in your life in this reading. Okay, so that was her Kim Krans alchemy deck. Archetype deck. This one is the alchemy deck. Nice. Nice. And a good connection here. Thank you. That's why I use these cards. Good connections with this imagery and what you've looked at. Okay. Well, we have already looked at. See, here's the forest. Here's the forest right down here. And here's the colors. So everything that's creative and that's being explored in this energy of the forest. I also see the forest as being people, as other people too. You're like taking that inspiration and you're pulling it down into your body. It's becoming part of your energy system. You're more aware of what's outside of the box. And now There's this feeling of unity and acceptance, and a big thinker, somebody that has a lot of vision for, one, how things could be, but two, confidence in yourself. So your colors are showing here in the peacock feather. There's something to be very proud about here, about your broad perspective, your acceptance. Big picture thinker. That's what I was wanting to say. You're a big picture thinker. And so that's being seen by this forest, by this other energy. This is interesting. So the sulfur is representing like what we need to move out of our life. It's very healing, like this energy is very healing. But what it's doing is it's detoxing us of anything that we didn't really need, or whatever was not like serving us well. You could be in the process of moving things out of your life. You could be, it could be that that's representing you getting out of the box, and that being the box itself being the thing that we had to move away from, move out of. So let's go ahead and pull your next 3-day energies and see what do we have going on there. Do I want to do it that way? I do want to pull those. I am going to pull those energies, but I think I'm going to pull the 108 Oracle first here. And the emerald might be significant. A silver ball. Gold balls. Okay, so you're fitting into the archetype here of the person of fire here, Cancer. That's interesting. But this is what this is that big vision. Oh, let me see. Big vision, inspiration, you know, inspiring others. Person of fire is a trend-setting leader, confident, visionary. A visionary. It's like you found your vision. You have found your vision. Catalyst, energetic, entrepreneur, sexy, outgoing, creative, ruthless, courageous, and strong-willed. It does say catalyst. So I'm also feeling like this big picture thinking is, in a way, like a catalyst for the destroyer energy. This truth. This truth. The sword and scales. The truth. This Libra. Strong energy. Truth. Justice. Due process. By the book. Appeal. Balance, make amends, law, integrity, cut to the chase, fair and square, fair play, equity, here, legal matters, hear me out. So something's coming in here, balancing out the scales for you. Wow. And then it clearly is connecting this. This is interesting. They're saying the message like, what have you seen? What have you seen in this energy here that makes you want to express or talk about it? What have you seen? Because something that you have seen is why, absolutely why you're wanting to take a different road, or have these different options to you. Maybe not even telling anybody where you're going. The forked road is direction change, options, free will, choice, opportunity, alternatives, multiple choice, the moment of truth, crisis, possibilities, turning point, and a change in circumstance. Maybe what you viewed as your truth in the past has now been something that you're not identifying with. Now maybe it's being placed in the box. which is something that I feel like you're going to destroy the box. We have a timing card here, beautiful, and it also has Cancer, Leo, and Virgo energy, which we are in Leo right now, but Virgo would be coming up. So I think this is a 2-month timing card for 1 to 2 months here. What is it about this timing card? They're telling me options, direction change. Here's this whole like relaxing. Look at the forest. You have the forest, the forest, the forest here. Big on the forest. 19, pioneering. Also 719 might be significant to somebody. 719. Yeah, that message 719 is giving me victory over a spiritual challenge or struggle that you've had to go through, where you found yourself in this pioneering position of, okay, now I have to be the magician and create what I want with this one. I create my ace, essentially. And 9 is like you're doing it for everyone else too, in a sense, like not that you're physically helping somebody else. You could be, but 9 I feel like more is the work, the mastery of all those other numbers that you've done on yourself. Or something that's going to actually help you help others, maybe just by even them witnessing or watching you, watching your light, watching how you live life, something like that. But I have self-reliance. That's an actual timing card for somebody that's working, that somebody that's out there needs to hear a message that you are working on independence. There's been situations where codependency was the option for survival, and like literally that's what I'm getting. I'm feeling like, oh, I feel your angels coming in. Yeah. Yeah, because they have some sort of they're wanting to express some sort of empathy to some labels, some harsh labels that we have here, or that people will give. When now more than ever it is seeming like a struggle to be independent, to be autonomous. They're wanting you not to beat yourself up so much. There's something that's actually working out in your favor, and within 2 months, if you keep working on this, you will be totally, like, you are totally capable of it and self-reliant here. But the fact is like what they're showing me is that there's always different periods in our life where we need other people, and it's part of the human compassion and helping and love. And so not to like judge yourself harshly, because even in no matter what like stage you're in financially, it's obvious that you're working on yourself spiritually, and that's seen by a lot. Okay, so this is about accomplishment and self-improvement, and definitely what you're going to reel in with the fishing pole, right? Interesting. So, I mean, there might be a lean towards poetry for sure here, because this one even says poetry in motion. Metaphorically, it's like if you could write out your experiences as a poem. This is like you living out the poem that you wrote. So careful about the poem that you write for yourself, because it's like you're writing, like I'm seeing somebody writing something and it's manifesting pretty quick because of some sort of emotional feeling that's also connected with what you're writing down. Yeah, another timing card coming out for you, Cancer, within a few weeks. That could possibly be, of course, within that 2-month range, right? Within a few weeks, the situation or event in question will develop or unfold in a matter of weeks. And I think it is tied to your options opening up, convertible options, free will, adjacent possibilities, choices, being flexible, enjoyment, going with the wind, alternatives, and preferences. So back to the box and the destroyer. Can you give me something about that? Yes, they can. Wow, 6-6. Okay, so keep your thoughts positive as you are literally manifesting right now outside of the box. And so there might be things coming down, but they're saying here you're going to find the wealth that you need, the materials that you need for what you want to experience. So this is about being in flow state with the sap. Wealth, essence of life, sweetness, spring, energy, vitality. And then 6 here with the airplane. Travel long distance, speed, to overcome, to rise up, breaking free, freedom, in control. And listening to your internal guidance systems. Okay, now we're ready for the tarot. So we have day 1, energy for day 1, which is when you're watching this. Day 2. And day 3. Bottom of the deck is the devil. I'm thinking that this might be plan and strategy on your part, though. I'm thinking it might have something a little bit more to do with that, about plans and strategy. Yeah, because they have the 5 of Wands with the Ace of Swords. So this is like your victory, for one thing, over some sort of distraction or competition even. This is showing me that you have all the information that you need, or you have the truth, the clarity within you, like you carry the sword here, the sword of truth. It's going to help you, because there are other energies here that are a little bit competitive, trying to, it could be that the energy itself is trying to, like, it feels like it might be trying to derail your focus, but we'll get clarification to see how to do, how we're going to deal with that. Okay. Beautiful. I think you win. I think you win, or I think you're very successful here. You will be very successful with wealth showing up. And the Page of Wands. So there must be some sort of completion here with your finances, your pentacles, safety and security, but it's also like tied to a passionate new beginning, something fun, playful. This is about having the money to be able to have fun with your inner child, I think. To do the things in life that are fun and playful and not toxic or harmful to you too. Which could be an influence here with the devil. Could be an influence that might be what needs to be moved out of our body, of our system. Maybe it's the fear. Maybe it's an addiction, an attachment. Whatever it is, it's something that holds us in bondage. So I like to try to look at more of the lighter aspect of things and say that it could be about planning, about planning a strategy. So you're being told to definitely, like this card says, the airplane says, listen to your internal guidance system. I think that's what the moon is telling you to do, especially in the regards with this King of Cups. You see, he's making that, image like he's looking at the next stage of his life, or the next scene of his life, how he wants it to be. A man or woman, how this person wants it to be. It's like they're very emotionally balanced and living from their heart. So every decision is going to be based in love. But there's something really expansive about the next scene. So it does say the filmmaker. That also might be you have strife, so you have challenges and things like that. You have wealth, the dancer, and the filmmaker on the cards. Others are just major arcana, right? So there is something here for someone that has, if you have something to do with film, making your own film, there's something here that would be, listen to your internal, like what your intuition is trying to tell you about it. Because something here is going to lead to a lot of victory and wealth. All right, Tarot of Opposition. I'm going to ask about this 5 of Wands. 3 of Wands. Yeah, and the Empress. Yeah, just don't let it get in your way. I mean, that's really what they're saying. 3 of Wands and the Empress. So we have 3-3. We have a feeling of your Ascended Masters being with you here at this time. Your vision and your expansion for yourself. Don't let anything like come in the way of how you see things, no matter how big, or grand or dreamy it sounds. Maybe don't share it with others if you think that it's just going to be knocked down. Because your big picture thinking, your dreaminess, is going to manifest something really big. Because the Empress here is very abundant. What she creates is going to be big and can take care of a lot of people if she wants to. Nurturing others, nurturing herself, very abundant, prosperous. So, okay. This is also about the Two of Wands, right? Because of the Three of Wands. And alliances and partnerships that you see growing with you in the future. There's obviously some that you don't have, they don't hold the same vision. So more and more there's other people that might not be resonating with your vision. And it might be narrowed down to maybe fewer people here is what I'm feeling for this creation, or to be a part of this creation. What is the Page of Wands? Sometimes this is also good news, by the way. The Page of Wands. The Queen of Swords. Whoa. If that's another person, then it's, it could be a Libra. It could be about communication. It could be about you being focused. Yeah, focused and determined. Oh, 10-10. Even if your focus here might be on, I'm going to enjoy what my inner child would enjoy at this time. And I'm gonna put my energy into my passion, being authentic, cutting out people who are not part of this focus, standing up for myself, placing healthy boundaries. That's the Queen of Swords energy. And very easily can communicate this to others. So I feel like there's some sort of good news that's associated with this. We have 10-10 also, the Wheel of Fortune, coming out in the position you really want it to come out in this deck. So this is good luck. This is fortunate. For some of you all, it's really being very, very, very abundant. For a lot of you all, actually. Because the Empress, the 10 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune in the upright, which I would read it as, this is good luck, good fortune. The wheel can turn in any direction. And one day we're up and one day we're down. But this is saying you're going to be up on top. What is the Queen of Swords communicating? Wow, that was quick. The Two of Swords, their decision. Their decisions, their decisiveness. The Libra energy again. The decision. How they feel, their decision. Tell me about the Moon with the King of Cups. Oh, we have overcoming the devil here. Okay. So we have the devil, and then we have the card that represents overcoming this devil-like energy, or releasing what is toxic or you don't need to hold on to. You know, in this card too, we kind of get the feeling like there might be other energies that see you go through some sort of rebirth here, and they may get infatuated with you, because I see infatuation, but it's not from this bondage control. Like this is somebody willingly wanting to look and see how you achieved something, how you did something. How did you have this rebirth? I don't know. It's something like that. So beautiful. Let's end it with a angel number message. I do have private readings, kind of getting booked on those, but I'm still sticking to that. I have it within 48 hours until that might change sometime soon, but as of right now it's still at that. We have 13. This is like the Death card, which is this major change and transformation. But this card says you're a conscientious worker with a knack for coming up with ideas, creative ideas, turning them into something real. An optimistic but practical outlook, whoa, keeps you determined, steady, on track towards your goals. I am confident. That's at 333. I am powerful. Being called upon to use your spiritual gifts as a light worker. assisting all of humanity. Live your truth and be a positive light to others. I am powerful. Master number 55, substantial change is in your future. Embrace the change. I need to overcome your insecurities and let go of your fears. I'm evolving. And 7, you possess a very refined mind and a deep urge to uncover life's mysteries. Your ability to acquire vast knowledge on both informational and spiritual planes gives you a greater awareness than most. Those dates might be significant to you in August 13th, August 7th. All right, so that's what I have. I'm sending you love and light. Bye.